The first thing you need to do is you always need to come over here and make sure that, well, it's always nice to have the tool rest moved down. So you move the carriage bolt, move the whole tool rest down so you can get in here and you don't cut your hand up on the tool. It's really difficult to get these parts, work pieces in here. You don't really want to turn it too much down because it's going to loosen the collet. The best thing to do is just slide it straight, kind of wiggle it back and forth where this gap in the spring doesn't really move too far, and just push it all the way back. And I like to face off my part right here. This is a great tool. These flat tools are great for facing. That's what I would use. Then you're gonna come back and use the round tools like this for turning the diameter down. But we always do the face and then use a drill, a center drill to center drill off. And after you get the collet on the faceplate, you can move the part back and engage the part with the bar right here. So sometimes it takes, if it doesn't go the first time, try like turning the collet a little bit and adjusting the bar, like pull the bar out just a little bit or put it a little further back, and then it should be able to engage this thing all the way back. Now I have my bar stock locked in there. It's nice and tight. You just got to double check that this is ready to go, and then you can go ahead and face with your facing tool right there. Make sure it's shimmed up correctly. The shims are located right over here in your toolbox in the measuring drawer. You got all your shim stock. There is a blue toolbox on the left in between the two CNC machines. Right over there at the very top drawer, there's some tin snips over there if you need to cut your shims down so that your part can be supported, your tool can be supported right here at the correct height. Whenever I'm cutting, I go ahead, I'm going to apply a little bit of oil on this tool and on the tool itself. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn this bad boy on. I'm going to turn up the speed a little bit. So now that we got the drill bit, the drill bit looks like this. We have a number 3 and number 4. Number 3 is just smaller than number 4. And this is a centering bit right here. And these are pretty cool. They're really nice little centering bits. They are going to go in your drill press. Turn this around a little bit just so you can get a good view of things. I'll try and center that out. All right, nice. So you are going to put your drill bit in your Jacobs chuck, and you're just going to tighten it up. And this knurl, I'm going to turn this way, counterclockwise, and I'm going to tighten up the other end going the other way. Real tight. And then we're going to bring the tool tip right down in front of the stock material. I'm going to try and move this tool out as far as I possibly can right now. You can see that the GoPro I'm trying to pull back, but it's difficult because I'm running out of space here. There we go. I'll move it in a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill into this. I'm going to first lock my tailstock. I'm not going to lock the quill because I need to move the quill feet in. And I'm just going to drill in. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on. I'm going to lower my speed significantly to about 300. And I'm just going to kind of tap away at this. I want to use a little bit of oil. On my drill. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going in. And I'm just going to kind of go in and out. So you're about halfway through there, into the, so you get a little bit of a countersink in that hole. You don't want to go too deep. I'm going to turn it off. Back the tailstock out, away. Looks like I'm actually going a little bit further. I think I am. Just to make sure I have enough of a countersink. So I'm just going to put a little bit more oil in there. Turn it back on. Wrong direction. Gauge the tailstock. C5 columns. I think they machine very concentrically. You can see now that this live center is fitting right up in there like it should. I'm going to engage the tailstock out a little bit further, not too far though. I'm not a big fan of bringing it out a whole bunch because you get a little bit of variance. And then I just snug it up like another half a thou. Now when I turn this machine on, you're going to notice it's going to run very concentrically. I'm going to get my tool rest down here. And obviously I don't even have enough room. I might have to extend my tail rest even further down, which I'm not a big fan of, but I don't have a choice. I'm going to lock the quill feed and the tailstock real firm so it's not moving anywhere. I'm going to check. And then again, I'm just going to tighten up on it, not hard, just a snug, just to make sure that we're supported down here. Now what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to turn this down to size. Notice my tool eventually is going to hit this live center, so I'm going to have to switch tools or change tools as I cut. Whenever I'm cutting, I go ahead, I'm going to apply a little bit of oil on this tool and on the tool. Take out this tool. Yes, there's a lot of shims. You have to have a lot of shims because this is such a short tool. Now this is the tool itself, this is the cutting edge. When you install this tool, you're going to first want to install it without any shims, but you're going to want to take one of the heavy shim stocks out. I'm going to explain what you're going to do with that. And you're going to go ahead and tighten down your tool. Find it a little quicker to do it with the T holder. And while you're tightening it down, you want to apply pressure on the side of the tool. Make sure it's up against the inside of the tool rest. Now you're going to go ahead, firmly tighten each of these screws. Loosen our tool stock, tool post, turn it around, tighten our tool post, and bring our tool down to our stock material right now. And when you do that, you're going to want to put the tool tip up against the stock. In between the stock is going to be the shim. And the shim is either going to lean forward or backward depending on the height of the tip of the tool. And I'm going to explain that with the GoPro. Alright, so this is the lathe cleanup. This machine looks very clean. All centering drills, drill bits, tools, parts. Your top should be, the top of your lathe should be completely clear of all material. Oil cans can go right here in your little blue toolbox. Besides that, everything else should be put away. The only drawer that's going to be really difficult to close are the ones with the vices in the chuck jaws and the big items in there. But in order to remove your Jacobs chucks, your drilling and whatever you're doing, just move this back and all of a sudden you can slide this out really easy. It's not that difficult. And your all your third drawer down is where all your tools are. The second drawer is where all your centering work goes. Your top drawer is where all your hand tools are in this one. Fourth drawer, right now we don't have anything. The fifth drawer is all your fourth drawer is all your measuring supplies, and this is just miscellaneous items in your fifth drawer for now. And your lathe bed needs to be all cleared out. The ways need to be completely spotless like this one. And any chips in the bottom pan here, this bottom pan actually does slide out. You can pull the whole pan out and empty the chips in the chip buckets. We have 2 pails over by the sink. Those garbage cans, there's that one right there. They're gonna get cleaned up and put, all the metal chips are gonna go in those. Hope you enjoy working this year in the shop, and you're expected to keep it clean and organized. That way we can find what we need when we need to work. Also, all tool rests need to be cleared of tools and shims. Enjoy.